To the families who have lost a child, this is a sorrow that no parent should ever have to carry. The kind of grief that I imagine reshapes everything. I know that grief like this doesn't stay in the past. It wakes up with you. It walks through ordinary days. It shows up in quiet moments and unexpected places. And I'm not going to pretend to know your pain, but I want you to know this. Your sorrow is seen and your love is not forgotten. And there may be days when words about God feel comforting. And I imagine days when they feel impossibly far away. Wherever you are today, I want to begin by simply acknowledging your loss and the depth of your love. Today's readings speak directly into this kind of grief. In our first reading, we hear the repeated cries of King David as he learns of the death of his rebellious son, Absalom. He says, "My son Absalom, my son Absalom. If only I had died instead of you. Absalom, my son, my son." I may not personally know what it feels like to lose a child, but I can relate to David's desire to take his son's place in death, regardless of his son's rebellion. What we see in David is unconditional paternal love, a love that remains even in the face of betrayal, pride, and ambition. I don't know a single parent who wouldn't want to take the place of their dying child. Our love for our children goes beyond their rebellion. There's nothing they could do to take that love away. This moment in today's first reading led me to reflect on how David's grief foreshadows Christ. You see, where David wished that he could take Absalom's place, Jesus actually did take ours. We serve a God who willingly went to the cross, taking upon himself the death and punishment that we deserve, so that those who place their trust in him might not perish, but have everlasting life. And the good news is this: death is not the end. Christ did not remain in the tomb. He was raised from the dead on the third day and is now reunited and seated at the right hand of his Father. In today's gospel, we meet Jairus, a synagogue official who comes to Jesus pleading for the life of his daughter. As we know from the Gospels, many religious leaders like Jairus were hostile toward Jesus, often plotting against him. Yet Jairus shows us a different kind of rebellion. He shows a rebellion against pride, against public opinion, a rebellion against the fear of losing status or reputation. Jairus chooses his daughter over his own image. Even when others try to discourage him, telling him not to bother the teacher, that his daughter is already dead, Jairus keeps going. Jesus and Jairus continue the journey together, blocking out the noise, letting faith and hope be their compass. And when they arrive, Jesus raises the little girl from the dead, revealing his authority over death and foreshadowing his own resurrection. Today's readings give me hope, because despite the ways I rebel against God through my own pride, ambition, and sin, Christ took my place in death. And for all who place their trust in him, death does not have the final word. With this good news, today's readings invite us to act in faith. Faith like the hemorrhaging woman in the same gospel for today, who believed that even touching the hem of Jesus' cloak would be enough. So for anyone who's grieving a loss today, of a child, a loved one, a dream, or even hope itself, and for those who feel unworthy of this kind of unconditional love, reach out. Reach out to the hand that is already reaching for yours today.